በኢየሩሳሌም በኢየሩሳሌም በአብርሃም ዓለም በዳዊት ዓለም በኢየሩሳሌም በኢየሩሳሌም ስማ let our name raised in the land of Abraham in the town of David and sealed there. This is the song of 1,000 years. I am not creating it. It is preserved.
Ethiopia is a very unique country, very unique place on earth, unlike anywhere else. There's a huge and important place for Israel and the history to have Jewish communities that were here.
We know that all over the world there are communities that are self-claimed to be Jews. And there is a process, both by religious authorities, historians, and anthropologists.
My name is Belayne Tazeb from Skachane. I'm originally from North Shoa Bet Israel community. I am the founder of the new synagogue.
My name is Tomer Malchi. I'm the executive director of Cultivate. Cultivate is an Israeli NGO. We have been working in Ethiopia since 2013. We work on agriculture, we work on water, we look at nutrition, and we look for a connection on how to address these issues in Ethiopia with an emphasis on how to build the knowledge, how do we create knowledge, how do we develop people to have knowledge in order to implement solutions.
My name is Dr. Malka Shabtai. I am an applied anthropologist. In one of my conferences 25 years ago, that was in Venice, there was Professor Pankhurst, late Professor Pankhurst, British Ethiopian researcher, historian, and he said there is another historical circumstances to create another community that you are not aware of. Some of us heard about it, but none of us did anything ever about this community until just a little bit from a year ago.
The Jewish history of Samin Showa is started back to Gondar. We were in Gondar and Dambeya. Why they migrate? Because they were landless in Gondar. We were killed in Gondar. We preserve our cultures in our language, in our marriage, in our gadams or synagogues.
So on our first assessment, one of the missions that we had was really to understand the Gedams.
Gedam is a special creation of that between a monastery and a synagogue. The system of the Gedam is an amazing form of survival.
It's important to understand that these Gedams are way out there. They're not located next to any type of city. The distance to get to them is often a 2-3 hour drive from the main city, and then a 2-3 hour walk down a valley. The Gedams themselves are located in areas that are hidden from almost everyone. It seems as if they were persecuted at one point and really had to hide.
We name gadams to pretend, but internally we know it is Bet HaMekdes or a synagogue.
We have documents from Pankhurst that there were 44 with specific locations, with specific names.
It is very remote area and it has a very challenging area because to protect ourselves by the challenge of the nature.
In the center of the Gedam, there is what is called Bet Mikdash. They use terms from the first temple because they believe that they immigrated from Israel after the destruction of the first temple. So these are the terms. The elderly people here from the community that identify themselves from a Jewish origin come to the Gedam to complete their life. It's like saying we want to come and die as Jews. Also, they accept orphans from the community who lose their parents and there is nobody to take care of them from age of 2 years old.
It is now only 15 gadams we are in use, and they are not in normal and healthy stage now. We are losing our heritage, culture.
There are too many issues. One is the recognition. This community need to go through a journey that will finally bring to a recognition as a full, legitimate Jewish community. The second issue is that while they are here, people are living in poverty, in segregation. I want to find a way to help them improve their life, empower their life, first in their own terms. And me and Tomer spend a lot of hours say, so what kind of team we are going to develop?
We brought here a delegation composed of 3 different components to understand how we can develop the community, both in terms of economics and social conditions. The first group is a group of agronomists, and they're looking at how to implement different types of agricultural programs.
We decided to start with the urgent needs for food security. Agriculture, food, water, to make sure that these people will be self-sustained.
The second component is looking at the crafts. Something that the Jews in Gondar all symbolized with was the issue of craft, artisan crafts, metalworking, pottery. And here in Debre Birhan, we saw the same thing.
We want to look into it and see how we can help to improve their products, their work conditions, to be more safe, to be more healthy, and do what they are good at.
The third group is a group of community experts, both Dr. Malko Shabtai and Ficado, each one with very special experiences. So they're here really to look at how to build strong community organization and how to improve the conditions of both education and health.
We understand that they need a community center. We understand that they need to develop their own leadership, their own organizational structure legally by the state. So we want to be part of this as much as we can. I feel that I have to take part in a historical repair of neglecting. I was in Ethiopia, I could come to Ethiopia anytime, but me and anybody else, we never came to this point.
The Simeon Shoah zone has somewhere around 3 to 5 million people. We believe that within a few years we can affect not just Debre Birhan, but we can diffuse technologies and knowledge throughout the zone, affecting millions of people.
We are what we call in Hebrew, Nachshon Lifnei HaMachane. We are the pioneers. We are starting the processes. And we're doing it because I'm sure that very soon the Jewish Institute will take responsibility. This is why we have a Jewish family all over the world and Jewish Institute. Me and all the other people are willing to do it with a very good will and responsibility, just to open the door and start the process.
We're always happy when someone tells us not just that they need food, that they need clothing. They don't want to be dependent on donations. They need economic self-sufficiency.
We were hidden for centuries, but it is time to open ourselves for the world brothers, where we are, who we are.
Now it's the time.